everyone, and welcome once again to Caleb Likes Books. Today I have my first monthly update for you. I decided this is something I was going to start doing. Last year I did quarterly updates every 3 months, which worked fine for me, but I think I'd like to start doing these monthly updates. There are some other channels that I follow who do this sort of thing, and I think for me it would be a good way to kind of month by month talk about the books that I read and give my brief thoughts on them. So if you missed the review, you can get my quick thoughts on each book that I read in this video, and also if the review hasn't come out yet, you can kind of get a little taste of my opinion on it. As well as to kind of do a month-by-month kind of review of the channel, you know, what things have been going well, how things are going with all of that, and that kind of thing. So for this one, going to be talking about the month of March 2024. First, I'm going to talk about the books that I read, and then I'll get into more kind of channel stuff. So as far as the books I read in March, I am recording this a couple days before it's supposed to come out, so there is a possibility this will change a little bit by the time you see this video, but currently I have read and finished 3 books in March, and I am currently working on another one and intend to start another one and hopefully finish it by the end of the month, because it shouldn't take me very long. But as far as the ones that I read and have finished, first I read, or I finished, I guess rather, Of Shadow and Sea by Will White, which was the first book of the Shadow trilogy within the Elder Empire series, which is a series made up of 2 trilogies taking place concurrently. And I really enjoyed this one. This was a very fun and enjoyable book for me. I really enjoyed the plot and the characters, and loved the world building in this series as well, which is probably my favorite thing about it so far. Liked this one more than Of Sea and Shadow, which was the first book of the Sea trilogy. And did really enjoy it. If you want to hear my thoughts on this book in more depth, or on any of these books, I will have a review on the channel either already or in the near future, so keep an eye out for that, or go watch the review if you'd like more thoughts on any of these books. After that, I have read Destiny's Way, the 14th book of the Star Wars The New Jedi Order series. This was maybe my favorite, or not, I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's one of my favorite books in the series so far. I would say certainly at least top 5, likely top 3, alongside Traitor and Star by Star. I absolutely loved this one. Seeing all the different characters to come together was great, and just the plot and the interesting discussions between characters like Vergere, who single-handedly between Traitor and Destiny's Way became one of my favorite characters of the series. You know, great stuff there. Really interesting, very thought-provoking themes and ideas being put forth within the dialogue, and just a fantastic book overall. Definitely one of my favorite books in the series. So again, reviews out for that, so you can check that out. The third book that I read was Star Wars Before the Awakening. This is one of the middle grade Star Wars books, one of the few that I have read, and this was part of the Journey to the Force Awakens line of books. This was a fun, quick read, nothing amazing, but it included basically 3 short stories, with each one focused on one of the main characters of the sequel trilogy, being Finn, Rey, and Poe. And each short story was enjoyable. I really liked it. It was just an entertaining, quick read, and nothing too much more than that. That review should be coming out soon. It's not out yet, but it should be out, I think, early in April. And there was one more book that I completely forgot about initially, that I also read this month, which was The Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett. This is the very first published Discworld book, the first one in the Rincewind series, and I enjoyed this book. It is probably the weakest of the 4 Discworld books I've read, but that makes sense because it was one of the first ones, and most people agree the early books are not as strong. But it was still fun. It was enjoyable. I really enjoyed the world building. I enjoyed the plot. The humor and the characters weren't quite there for me compared to later books that I have read, but it was still an enjoyable read, and Pratchett always, at least so far, writes entertaining books, so even though it wasn't as amazing, it was still a good read, still one that I enjoyed. So again, a review for that is on the channel if you're interested. As far as some of the other books, first of all, I want to mention I, Jedi, which is a book that was on my TBR for this month, but is one that I am not going to have time to get to, so that will probably be a book for early next month, I would say. As far as the other 2 books that were on my TBR, we have Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth, which is one that I have not yet started, but I intend to finish by the end of the month, because it's pretty quick. The Percy Jackson books are pretty quick reads for me, so I assume I should be able to just kind of get through that before the end of the month. And then I am also currently working on Dune by Frank Herbert. As of the time of recording this video, I am about a quarter of the way through the book. I've been kind of working on it a little slowly for about a week or so, but hopefully I will be able to finish it by the end of the month, or at least into the early parts of April. And hopefully it won't take me too much longer. But I'm enjoying it so far. I've been rereading this book because, first of all, the new movie came out, and even though I haven't seen the Dune movies, I thought it would be kind of topical. Plus, I've been considering getting further into the series, reading the sequels and things like that, but I wasn't sure how much I really wanted to do that, because Dune, on my first read, was a book that I liked, but I didn't love, and so I wasn't sure if I wanted to continue. But so far, I've been enjoying it. I really enjoy the world building. The character stuff and things like that don't quite resonate with me, but I do enjoy the world building, and I have also enjoyed some of the plot as well. Definitely is a little easier for me to understand the second time around, because the first time I just went in basically blind, didn't know anything about it. Now I at least kind of get more of the context for things, which is nice. So a review for Dune, as well as Percy Jackson, should be out also in April. Now for some other stuff, first things first, I was able to pick up some books this month. I did a 15-book book haul, which the video for is already out on the channel. You can go watch that if you're interested, see all the books that I got. Got a lot of stuff that I'm very excited about, including some Star Wars books, some sci-fi books, some horror books, stuff like that. Some really cool stuff that I'm excited about. So you can go check that out if you have not seen it. So now to talk about some actual channel stuff. This channel has had quite a month, I would say. This month I had 2 videos that I uploaded that have done really well, at least compared to other videos on my channel. Those being my top 10 books of all time and my Cosmere tier ranking, both of which within a few days of being uploaded both hit 2,000 views, or at least my top 10 books did. The Cosmere one took a little bit longer to get to that point, but both of them have now surpassed 2,000 views anyway, and are now among the most viewed videos on my channel. In fact, my top 10 books video within like 3 days was my most viewed video that I had ever made on this channel, which is crazy to me. And as a result of those things, this channel's grown a lot in this month. I started the month, I think, at around 320 subscribers, and I am now over 400. So welcome to all of you who have subscribed this month. I hope you've been enjoying the videos. And thank you for subscribing and all those things. 400 subscribers was kind of my goal for the end of the year. I figured I'd hit it before the end of the year, but I thought it would be fall by the time that I hit that goal, at least. I did not expect it to happen 3 months into the year, so that was a big surprise for me, but not an unwelcome one. So very happy to have hit that milestone. And so now my other goal of hitting 500 subscribers by the end of the year, which I thought would be a little bit, still might happen, but was not quite as likely. I think I can comfortably say that will probably happen by the end of the year, but we'll see. But I've been really just impressed with how the channel has been doing lately. Been doing pretty well, which is nice to see. So thanks to all you for supporting the channel and the new videos that have done really well. I expected them to do pretty well, but I did not expect them to do as well as they had. I figured they'd get maybe a few hundred views each, not, a couple thousand. So that's really awesome. Really happy about that. And happy that so many people have discovered the channel in the last month and subscribed and all those kinds of things. And I hope you all stick around and enjoy the stuff that I do. I also started doing some shorts on the channel this month, so I hope you guys have been enjoying those as well. And I've also been posting those over on my Instagram also. That's been kind of a fun thing for me to do, actually, even though a lot of the ones that I have done so far and the ones that I have made for the future as well are mostly just taking my actual longer videos and just condensing them into a short format. But I still enjoy doing that. I think it's fun. It's interesting to kind of try to get that to work, and do just a different format, something a little different. So I hope you guys have been enjoying those. I don't know how that has done in terms of drawing new people to the channel. I don't know if people who watch a lot of shorts, I don't know if there have been a lot of people discovering the channel from that or anything. If you have, then let me know in the comments, because that'd be cool to know. But hopefully people are enjoying those, and I've enjoyed making them, and they're they're doing pretty okay. That's pretty much everything that I wanted to cover in this update. I will probably be doing these monthly, at least if this one does well, and hopefully, you know, I think it would be nice to do because that way I can also kind of briefly talk about all the books I read, plus talk about some channel stuff if anything has been going on. So that's pretty much all I got to say. So once again, thanks all of you who have been subscribing over the last month, all the new people, and I hope that you enjoy the stuff that I do. So that's pretty much it for this video. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.